Hi girls, happy Tuesday. This is Miss Page here. Before we get started on our reading and writing for today, I want to show off some of our very own third grade work. The question to the article was, what is the central message or the central idea about the article? And one of our girls responded by saying, the central idea is what the article is about. The article is about parrots and how scientists study them. I know this because the article says scientists study budgerigars. These are small parrots, which shows me that the article is about parrots and also about scientists studying different species of them. The article also says scientists want to know how they're able to learn, which also shows me the article is also about scientists studying them. I would like to give 2 stars and a wish, basically 2 glows and 1 grow. The first star for this response is that the central message has been clearly written and you have shown that you know what the central message means. So awesome job doing that. You answered the question fully. You also have included 2 details from the text to support your answer. You didn't just make up your response, you went back in the text and brought quotes specifically from there or details from there to support your answer. So I'm super proud of you for doing that. And the wish for next time is that you try to use different words to support your response. Tell in different ways rather than repeating. Try and really show off your knowledge by including lots of different words to back up your response rather than repeating over and over. If you combine all of them, then you're on a track to success and your knowledge will really blossom. All right, keep an eye out because we'll be showing lots more scholars' work as the weeks go on. So keep submitting your awesome responses in there. On to today. By the end of today, you'll be able to say, yes, I can describe the relationship between steps in technical procedures in a text using language that pertains to time, sequence, and cause and effect. Okay, so basically we'll be using time and sequencing words such as then, after, before, first, to show how steps happen in a procedure. Okay, so read the passage and then answer the question that follows. So read it along with me. Challenge yourself to read out loud. First in Flight by Carl Eng. Even as boys, the brothers Wilbur and Orville Wright were interested in things that fly. When Wilbur was 11 and Orville was 7, their father gave them a flying toy. It was made of cork, bamboo, and paper. Rubber bands made it go. The boys broke the delicate toy. However, the memory of it flying across their living room stayed with them all their lives. The two wanted to make a flying machine of their own. As adults, the brothers opened a bicycle shop in Daytona, Ohio. There they built and repaired bicycles. It was there that they also decided to build an aeroplane. Many other people had tried to make a flying machine. Until then, no one had succeeded. To make an aeroplane, the men had to do 3 things. First, they had to make wings that could lift a heavy amount of weight off the ground. Second, they had to have a way to power the machine. Third, they had to be able to steer the machine once it was in the air. Steering was the hardest part of the puzzle. No one had ever come close to figuring out how to steer a machine in the air. Wilbur watched flying birds. He saw that they steer themselves by twisting their wings. He knew that airplane wings needed to twist too. The brothers built a glider. A glider is a plane without an engine. Wind lifts a glider into the air like a kite. This glider had wings that could twist up and down like the wings of birds. In 1900, the Wright brothers went to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina to test their glider. Kitty Hawk had steady winds for gliding. It also had sandy slopes for landing. It was the perfect place. The glider worked, but it couldn't lift a person off the ground. The glider needed to be bigger. The Wright brothers went home to Daytona. There they built a bigger glider. In 1901, they returned to Kitty Hawk to test it. This new glider could lift a person, but it didn't steer well. The brothers needed to learn more about wings and wind. Back in Daytona, they built a wind tunnel. A wind tunnel is a long tube with fans that blow air. In the wind tunnel, the brothers tested all kinds of wing shapes. They found one wing shape they liked. They returned to Kitty Hawk to test their newest glider. The new design worked. The brother made nearly 1,000 gliders in September and October 1902. Now they just had to give their glider an engine. With an engine, the plane could fly in places that weren't windy. The Wright brothers learned that there were no engines light enough and powerful enough for their plane. They had to build their own engine too. By December 1903, they had built their airplane, complete with a 180-pound engine. The brothers headed to Kitty Hawk again. On December 17th, a strong wind blew, but the Wright brothers were ready. They got up early, cooked breakfast, and waited for the winds to die down. Finally, the weather calmed. Orville climbed into the plane. The machine crept forward. Soon it lifted into the air. 12 seconds later, it landed. Orville had flown 120 feet. It wasn't far, but he'd actually flown an airplane. Their machine worked. The brothers made 3 more flights that day. The longest flight was 852 feet. Then they made improvements to their plane. By 1905, they were flying for 30 minutes at a time. In 1909, Orville and Wilbur opened the Wright Company. The company built airplanes. The next time you see an airplane flying overhead, think of the Wright brothers. They had a wonderful idea and they solved many problems to make that idea come true. Okay, so before we go on to our writing piece, I recommend that you rewind the video and play it again so you can listen to the story one more time. Ask yourself this question. What were the first 3 steps that Wilbur and Orville Wright took to build an airplane? Use evidence from the text to support your answer. Okay, ask your brain this question. What were the first 3 steps that Wilbur and Orville Wright took to build an airplane? Use evidence from the text to support your answer. Okay, once you've asked your brain that question, go ahead and reread. When you're responding, your response should start by saying the first 3 steps that Wilbur and Orville Wright took to build an airplane were, and you're going to use information from the text to respond. Try using words like first, then, next, finally, after in your response to make sure that your response is sequenced and in order. The first step, second step, and third step. All right, send your responses to your teacher on Dojo. Take a picture of your response and send it to your teacher on Class Dojo, or save it in your file that you can bring to school when we all return. Okay, I hope everyone has a great day.